Hi, I love soup. As far as I'm concerned, soup is like my one true love. So today I decided that I'm gonna make some soup. I found this recipe online for classic tomato soup. It says it's gluten-free, vegetarian, healthy, so you know, stuff I usually don't eat, but I'm gonna try it. I've got all the stuff I need right here. Actually, I didn't have everything, so I'm going to be substituting some things for some other things, and we'll just see what happens. This recipe is for tomato soup, but it uses canned tomatoes, and you know, because I'm very healthy, I'm going to be adding a fresh tomato in there, you know, gotta be healthy like that. Actually, it's because it asks for a can of whole peeled tomatoes, and I don't have that. I have a can of chopped tomatoes, and I'm thinking maybe they kind of want the whole tomato for like the texture or something. So I'm just gonna like put my own whole tomato in there. I'm just gonna have to, you know, peel a tomato, which I know how to do that. So this is tomato, and basically you just need to like cut a little X in the bottom like that. That helps you like peel the skin off later. And then you just need to boil this. So now I've got that tomato in the pot, which looks disgusting by the way, but don't pay attention to that. Set fire on that. And it's burning. So here it says medium dice the onion and mince the garlic cloves. I'm not really sure what mince means, so I'm just going to chop it. It does say red pepper flakes, but since I don't have anything remotely close to that, I am going to use fresh green pepper and just chop that up, you know, because I'm healthy, like I said. Very healthy. Look at that, it doesn't look that bad. I am becoming a master chef right now, oh my god. Okay, so I think we need to check on that tomato thing that's still in the fire. Okay, that's good. Well, the skin is definitely starting to peel off. Look at that. Okay, so I think I can get it out of there now. Ugh. That is gross. Okay, gonna put them in there. Goodbye. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to start some actual cooking. So here it says, step 1. Place a medium saucepan over medium-low heat and add the oil and butter. They're referring to olive oil, which I don't have. So I'm gonna be using some vegetable oil. Olive is a vegetable, right? It's pretty close. Butter is 1 tablespoon. I don't know how much 1 tablespoon is. And I'm pretty sure my butter is solid. So I'm just gonna like put a block in there. Add the onion and a big pinch of salt. Cook until the onion is completely soft. That's supposed to be about 15 minutes. And I'm just gonna add a little bit in there, I guess. And here is a very blurry piece of butter. Just put that in there too. I'm turning up the heat. Said medium, right? That's medium, okay. It's supposed to melt in there, and then you're supposed to add the onion and a big pinch of salt. Okay, so there's my onion in there, mix. Okay, well I'm not sure how big a big pinch of salt is. I'm just gonna put like a bunch of salt in there. Okay, that should be about right. And mix it around. So while that's happening, I am going to peel this tomato right there. See that? That's gross. So I'm gonna peel that and like cut it into little pieces so I can, you know, add it into soup later. Well, that looks like kind of gross and slimy and kind of disgusting, but oh my god, this smells so good. Oh, and look at all that char at the bottom there. That's from some eggs I made yesterday, so don't mind that. Okay, well, it still hasn't been 15 minutes, but this looks like pretty soft, so I'm just gonna move on to the recipe. I have no time for this. The next steps says, add the garlic and optional red pepper flakes. Oh, they were optional? Oh, really? Okay. And cook for 5 minutes more, stirring occasionally. So I'm just gonna go add the garlic and that green pepper that I apparently didn't need to chop up. Okay, so look at that, it's sizzling. Looking good. Looks nothing like the photo, but so the recipe did say red pepper flakes and I put in green peppers. I don't know what the difference is, but I have some like spice stuff right here. It's like red looking ish, like, well, the label's red. So I'm just gonna add that in there. Okay, that is looking good so far. The next part says, add the tomatoes and their juices to the pan. Roughly crush the tomatoes with the back of a wooden spoon. I don't really need to do that because they're chopped already. And cook until they're hot and beginning to soften, about 10 minutes. Okay, so I've already added my chopped tomatoes in there. I'm gonna add in this weird stuff. Okay, well that's a scary noise. Okay, the noise stopped, so that's a good sign. But so far it's looking decidedly not like soup. Smush everything around. Okay, does that look any different than it did 5 minutes ago? Like a little bit more disintegrated maybe? Okay, and I know you can't smell it, but it actually smells good. Like, oh my god. Okay, so the next thing on here, it says add the broth and bring to a simmer. So I think I was supposed to have made broth. It says 1.5 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Well, I got these chicken broth cube thingies, so I'm just gonna like put that in there and put then like 1.5 cups of water in there afterwards. So that's like the same thing, right? Okay, so in goes the cube. I don't really know how much 1 cup is. I don't have measurements. I'm just gonna like fill 1 glass, and I'm assuming that that's about 1.5 cups. That looks more watery for sure. Okay, well now it says cook at a simmer until the tomatoes begin to fall apart, about 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Oh my god, I'm so hungry right now. That actually smells really good. Oh. Okay, so it's been about maybe 10 minutes and I'm getting really bored, so I'm just gonna move on to the next step. Okay, it says remove the soup from the heat and cool slightly for about 10 minutes. Oh, while waiting. Puree the soup directly in the saucepan using an immersion blender. Okay, well here's the problem because I don't have a blender, so I'm just gonna like skip that. You know, I like my soup chunky. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean, but yeah. Return the soup to the burner. Oh, that's done already. Over low heat and stir in the cream. Add black pepper. Then taste and adjust seasoning. They said it's heavy cream, and I don't know what heavy cream is, but I've got this like whipping cream, so I figure that's probably the same thing. Okay, let's see how it's looking. Well, it looks kind of more disintegrated, so I guess it does look more soup-like. Time to add the cream. I don't really know how much I'm supposed to add. I'm just gonna like pour it in there. By the way, I just love how there's like little pieces of like char floating around in there. It's just like, yeah, floating in there, ready to poison you. What did it say? Okay, like add pepper and stuff. Add some black pepper. Focus. Okay, it doesn't want to focus on that, but okay, fine. Black pepper, ground black pepper. I'm just gonna add for that. Okay, that looks like a lot. Yeah, well, I just said adjust seasoning, and I'm not sure what kind of seasoning they want you to add. Okay, I've got like a few different types of seasoning here, like Italian herbs, garlic powder, and whatever this thing is. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm just gonna like add all of them. Okay, here we go. And that, I don't even know what that was. That was some kind of weird yellow powder, which is kind of disturbing. Here's some garlic. There's some kind of seasoning sauce thing, so I'm just gonna add that in there too. Gotta be full of flavor by this point. It's barely even covering the bottom of the pan. It's like some kind of sludge. I don't know. This is like the worst video. Like technically it's like the worst video of all time. It's just like changing camera angles, shaky cam. Like I don't know how someone can even watch this, but it's looking good. Looking like some red colored barf there. Smells really good though. The next step here is serve in warmed bowls. What, warmed bowls? I'm not gonna warm the bowl, oh my god. Opt with the garnishes of your choice. Okay, so going back to the ingredients, they have like a few garnishes there. They say extra virgin olive oil, which like I said, I don't have. Fresh basil leaves, julianated. I'm not sure what julianated means, but for once I actually have this ingredient. Here we are, some leaves. They're not very fresh, but who cares about that? Freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Okay, well I don't have freshly grated Parmesan cheese, so I'm just gonna like put in some like really gross, you know, sandwich cheese in there. You know, what's the difference? It's cheese. Cheese is cheese. So there's my beautiful piece of sandwich cheese. I don't know how to do this. I'm just gonna like put it in there. It's probably gonna melt, so it's gonna like, well, it's gone. It's in there. Oh, I think I just burned myself. Anyway, it's in there. And here is the basil. Oh, look at that. That's gross and shriveled up. I don't know. Okay, just gonna like put that in there. Mix it all up. Look at that. It's like getting all sticky and cheesy and stuff, which I guess is supposed to be a good thing. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really look like soup because it's really goopy. Okay, well, I guess that's what the puree step was for. Oh, I forgot to add the Italian herbs. Yes. So I'm just gonna like go ahead and turn off the fire right now. Let it cool down for a bit before I eat that. Okay, so this is the result of all my hard work, the fruit of my labors. Can't wait to taste it. I am starving right now. And look at that, I even put some like little pieces of bread there because I'm nothing if not classy. Yeah, actually just kidding, those are like stale and I really need to get rid of those. Anyway, look at that, look at that. It actually looks okay. Well, it looks like pasta sauce, but it smells really good. Okay, so here goes. Okay, like it even smells like pasta sauce. Like I'm pretty sure I just made pasta sauce without the pasta. I'm gonna try this. It's a lot more sour than I thought it would be. Like, I think that's just like the fresh tomato probably made it really sour. It's kind of spicy probably from all that pepper powder I was adding at the beginning. And could use a bit more salt, but like overall it's actually pretty good. Like, I would totally eat this. I can actually taste some cheese and it's not that bad. Like the cheese itself looked really disgusting, but in here it's actually okay. I succeeded, even though I didn't have like half the stuff. Should I rate this too? Like do like a recipe rating thing? Like, well, I can't really rate the recipe because I didn't really follow it, so I'll just like rate myself. And I would actually give this like an 8 out of 10, to be honest, like 8 out of 10 stars. I love soup, so I'm kind of biased towards that. You threw up in a bowl and called it soup, I'd probably give it 8 out of 10. This is like good, man, I'm gonna eat all of that. It's like 4 servings, I'm gonna eat it all right now. Okay, so that's all for today. Bye.